Tyler Baltierra, leaving Catelynn Lowell while she's in rehab. Don't look now, but Catelynn Lowell may be in for even more hard times. When it rains, it sure does pour, huh? Catelynn has been struggling for months now, years, depending on how you look at it. She gave birth to her second daughter, Nova, 3 years ago, and after that, she developed what seemed to be a pretty severe case of postpartum depression. She went to rehab to deal with the depression in March of 2016, but obviously it wasn't a quick fix. After she returned home, she was still very, very depressed. At some point last year, it looked to us like Catelynn had finally turned a corner. She seemed much happier, and she and Tyler looked to be more in love than ever. Things were going so well that they even began planning for their next child. But before she could get pregnant, things fell apart again. In November, she announced that she'd be heading back to rehab because she'd been having some suicidal thoughts. She even said that she'd been thinking of multiple ways to kill herself. She had Tyler's full support then, and he cared for their daughter and ran their darling little clothing business while she spent about 6 weeks in Arizona, working on herself. Just after the holidays, she completed her treatment and returned home, and that was great and all. But last week, she headed back to the same treatment center for another 6-week stay. This time around, Kate said that she'd be focusing on dealing with her childhood trauma and getting her medications sorted out. She got a lot of criticism for her back-to-back rehab stays from people who thought that she should get help closer to home, that it was wrong of her to leave her family for such long amounts of time. Before she checked back into treatment, she hit back at those naysayers, telling them to quit acting like you know what I should be doing or shouldn't. And that she is not running away from my family. It's all very dramatic and upsetting, right? Well, buckle up, because things are about to get even worse. While Catelynn spends 6 more weeks in Arizona at her treatment center, a swanky rehab paid for in full by MTV, Tyler will spend 6 more weeks taking care of everything back home. And it sounds like this time around, it's really getting to him. Yesterday, he tweeted, "I just don't know if I can do this anymore," and while he didn't specify what he was talking about here, most of us assumed it had to do with Catelynn. Several fans suggested that regardless of what he was referring to, he's obviously going through a lot himself right now, and that even though his wife is going through a hard time, it was okay to get help for himself, too. Today, he announced that he's doing just that. In a video he posted to his Instagram and Twitter accounts, he revealed that he was about to head into a therapy appointment. "I'm doing a little self-care today, you know what I mean?" he said. Sometimes you gotta put yourself ahead of other people sometimes in life. It doesn't mean you don't love them or care about them, it just means you love them enough to put yourself first, so you can be the best you can be. He finished his video by thanking his fans for being so supportive and kind towards his family, and he expressed the same idea in his caption for the video. "I always believe that we, as a society, need to learn how to love each other better," he wrote. "You guys have really showed that lately with our family crisis that's going on. If anyone is reading this and needs help or someone to talk to, please reach out to someone, anyone. You are loved, you are worthy, and you are extraordinarily special." If you watch the video, which we definitely recommend, you can see that while his message is positive, it sort of seems like there's a little bit of interesting subtext here. And that subtext kind of makes it sound like he is just exhausted with taking care of Catelynn. Well, Catelynn, his father, various other family members. For years and years, Tyler has had to be the strong one while nearly everyone else in his life goes through one major crisis after another. Meanwhile, he's been through so much trauma himself that he tried to commit suicide when he was just 12 years old. With the video and the "I just don't know if I can do this anymore" tweet. "We're a little worried about the state of the Baltierra household, well say that much.